Did you hear that in the studio? Woo!
Give John Cena a beard or something.
Who's John Cena?
Who's John Cena?
Can we get a picture of John Cena up on the screen? I don't know who this is.
Here. A little
Yep.
much.
We got some laughter from the audience.
Yeah,
I love that.
they forced that.
What?
A big thank you to our sponsors for making this show possible.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fred Minnick Show, presented by Baxis. Hey, if you're like me, you're probably tired of going into liquor stores and not seeing bottles you want to buy, and then getting online and seeing that those bottles you want are too expensive. I got a place just for you. It's called Baxis. It's transparent pricing where you can see real-time sales history. It's a marketplace for spirits for collectors like you and me to sell to other collectors like you and me. You're buying, you're selling, you're trading, and you're storing your good shit. So go to Baxis, that's Baxis.co. Use Fred25 at checkout for $25 off your first purchase. And now, please welcome my new friend, Dani Rose. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
I think that's the first time I've shaken a hand on the table with the danglies.
With the fringe?
Yeah, it's fringe.
I was like, how far are we going to go? Because I could get the fringe in the bourbon. We could dip it in.
That could lead to a new smell for the jacket.
It'd be great. Yeah. I mean, when in Nashville?
When you are in country, are you obligated to wear sequins and fringe and shiny things? Is that part of it?
Obligated really isn't the right word. It's more like I want to.
Okay.
So there's a need, there's a want. It's like an excuse. It's like I get to get dressed up and I want to wear these things anyway, but then if I have a show or I'm going to an event or something, then I can really, just turn it up to 10.
How long does it take for you to get ready?
Oh, that's a really dangerous question, Fred. You never ask a lady how long it takes to get ready.
I'm saying for how about for a show? Because we're in the professional realms here.
Okay, sure. Okay, so for a show, I may be taking an hour to figure out what I'm wearing.
Okay.
If it's a big show, I'm calling up my best friend. She's a costume designer, and she's having me try on God knows what, this piece, that piece. Miranda Nichols, she's awesome, and she'll always be like, oh, the top that you just had on, why don't you put that back on, but with the other jeans, and then switch around. So there's lots of combinations. So that's going to take about an hour. Then we've got to get to the hair and makeup, and I'm always, it depends. Are we going with a really flashy show? Am I playing Bourbon and Beyond? Or am I playing a little, 50-seater, intimate theater? So then I'll put on my makeup. The makeup's the same. There's no change. And then I'll do my hair. And so maybe, I don't know, an hour and 45.
So the bulk of it is just figuring out
what to wear.
What to wear.
Also, as a female, you're going to have to get really upset about what you're wearing and hate it, and then take it off and put on a different outfit. And then at the last second, you're going to put that outfit back on as you're running out the door because you ended up liking it the best.
Now, you didn't mention shoes.
Oh, yeah. So shoes, I've got a whole line of boots. So it's just boot after boot. So today I'm wearing these black sequins boots, the cowgirl boots. But I've got white, yellow, red, teal, gold, silver,
How many
green.
you got?
Oh, probably 70 pairs.
Wow.
A lot of shoes.
That's a lot. I mean, I got boots, but not that many. In fact, my wife, our closet is basically just comprised of her shoes. And it's I have a coat hanging in there, and I'm on a good day, I'm able to squeeze a pair of my shoes in the closet.
Yeah,
but,
they say happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, I mean, what about us? What about us men?
Yeah, but I met her, and I'm I was
Yeah.
I would never mess with you.
Yeah,
I understand. I understand she's beautiful, and your two kids are so cute. You were actually coaching them in wrestling when we met. We were introduced in the middle of a wrestling match for your two kids, and you were like, yeah, give them the sleeper. And I was like, what is going on?
Well, I remember that moment. My kid had a really good, one kid had a good top position, and the other one had an opportunity for an underhook.
Oh, right.
To get out of the situation.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, Julian, get your underhook in there. And then he just laid down and let his brother beat him up more.
We should probably set the stage for those that are watching. So we're in the middle of the artist area at
Yep.
Bourbon and Beyond.
Yep.
And Fred and I are being introduced, and I'm meeting his wife, and the kids are rolling around, and there's Teddy Swims just walking by. We've got Sierra Farrell hanging out in the couches. We've got a bunch of people, like agents. So one of the agents of like the Rolling Stones walks by, and here's Fred's kids just going at it, just right in the middle of the artist area. It was great, honestly.
It was something. I think I need a drink after that story. Of that story. So first one we're going to have, this is an Elijah Craig toasted rye whiskey.
Is this how you
So we're going to swirl it around,
okay, swirl it around.
bring it to your nose, and we smell. You want to smell with your mouth slightly open.
Okay.
Kind of go back and forth because you want to isolate your nostrils and see if you can pick. Is it a little
Yep.
much?
No, it's fine. I'm good.
Then put just a little bit on your tongue, just a thimble size amount on your tongue.
Okay.
And let's focus on what part of the tongue you feel it most prominently.
Well,
Does it burn?
I mean, it burns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we killing?
No. This isn't
things?
a
No?
fraternity party.
Oh
This-
no, it's not a frat party.
No,
Okay.
this isn't Broadway. In
Oh,
Nashville.
good. Yeah.
So this is sipping, and it's a conversation. Good whiskey. You're meant to have like a conversation over it and learn about things. And one of the fun things about your journey is you're kind of California, kind of Virginia. Like, how do these two states, cultures, combine in like your music and your soul? Like, how do they? Because they're very different.
Well, what a great question, Fred. Back to you in the studio. I'm from Virginia originally, and I decided that once I graduated from college, I wanted to pursue music and decided to move. I was like, where can I go that is the furthest place from Virginia? Like, Nashville is a little too close for me. New York, I still have some sort of lifeline. If I move all the way to California and I don't know anyone, I will be alone. Like, it's going to be sink or swim.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why I tend to put myself in these kinds of situations, but I think so I'll take you back. 5th grade, we're living in Virginia. My dad is a chemical patent attorney, and he comes home late one night and is talking to me and my mom and my sister, and he said, so I made the decision, after I talked about it with your mother, we are going to move to Japan.
Oh.
And I was like, what is that? And he was like, well, it's another country. I mean, I knew I was in 5th grade, but I was like, why would we move to Tokyo? And he's like, well, I got a great job opportunity with my firm and we're going to go there. The first thing I did was the next day I went to school, and I was pretty sad because I was sulking a little bit, and all my friends came over. They're like, what's going on? What's wrong? What's wrong? Danielle is what they used to call me, not Danny yet. I'm like, what's wrong, Danielle? Oh, my dad said we're moving to Tokyo. Everyone's like, what? That's so cool. And I was like, no, it's really not. They're like, why? I was like, because I was supposed to be the crossing guard next year.
Aw.
It was like my goal, my life's dream, to be the crossing guard because it was going to look so good on my resume. And then my dad was literally taking that dream from me. And I was like, oh, I can't be the crossing guard. So we ended up moving there, and all of a sudden I was this international kid, and we traveled all over Southeast Asia and other places as well around the world, and it made me a very cultured child. So then moving back to Virginia when I was in high school, which is so much fun because we know how lovely kids are in high school.
Of course.
I was definitely a bit of
So
an
supportive.
outsider, but learned my way into the cool crowd and tried to figure out, okay, what do I need to do? How do I need to act? How do I need to be kind of a chameleon in order to fit in? Because that's what you need to know, especially at a high school in the South. And so I figured that out. And once I graduated from college, I decided, I want to do music full time. But first, I'm going to try this other thing out. I'm going to host a TV show. So I hosted a TV show on PBS. It was a music video TV show where I interviewed guests from all over the world because it was an international channel, and had a really good time. And I was like, that's cool. And then I ended up interviewing Sarah McLachlan and Terry McBride, and we were just kind of talking about music, and I told them how much I loved music, and that's really what I usually do. They said, well, why don't you just be a musician? I was like, you know what, Sarah McLachlan, I will just be a musician. And that's when I decided, where can I live? Sink or swim? Let's try LA. And so that was my first stop.
And when did you come to Nashville?
So I'd been coming to Nashville throughout that time. I had visited, and all my friends moved from Virginia to Nashville. And I was like, well, I want to be different. I don't want to follow the trend. I mean, can you imagine if I actually followed the trend? Maybe like music would have happened so much faster for me. Because I was thinking like, I just want to get out. I just want to see the world. I've been in Virginia for too long. I mean, thinking about as like a child, I was taking the subway in 5th grade. A 5th grader, an American 5th grader, taking the subway by themselves. Like, think about that. That's bonkers, right?
Yeah.
And I'm with my other kids in my class, and I went to the American school in Japan, and so we had a lot of international children there, but a lot of American kids too. And we would just go on trips. We became little adults almost overnight.
Yeah.
And so I'm in college at Virginia Tech, and I'm just like, I have to get out of here. My last year in college I spent in Italy, and I was in Florence, learned how to speak Italian, found a TV station. I was like a reporter on TV. I was like, hey, let me be a reporter. They're like, but you don't speak Italian. I was like, oh no, but I'll get good enough. You can just give me the lines and I'll repeat them. And they were like, sure. And then I can't believe they let me do that. And that's kind of how it translated into me working in TV, because I was like, I think I can do this.
So when you were sending it back to the station.
I was actually sending it back to the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunately there's no one on the other line here with our budgets. But I do have another really good whiskey for you.
Okay.
So this is Hard Truth, going to number 2. Oh, so you're
I
wanting
was
to
just,
pound
I
that
just,
one.
I just wanted another little taste.
Okay, all right. Yeah, have another little taste, and we'll go to the next one.
Yeah.
This one is.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm good. Don't worry about me.
Hard Truth.
Oh yeah.
This is Hard Truth Double Oak.
Hard Truth. So it's like a truth serum. Like as soon as I drink it,
yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
right.
start speaking the truth.
It's made in Brown County, Indiana. Real beautiful area.
Okay. I know Brown County. This is sweeter.
Yeah,
It's great.
it's much sweeter.
It's very tasty. These are not like the bourbons that I've been drinking on Broadway.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've been drinking those out of red Solo cups and shot glasses? Or?
Yeah, sometimes I just pour them right in my mouth,
Yeah.
Yeah, these are great. These are more sophisticated.
Yeah.
They feel more expensive.
This one is probably, I think this one's about $80. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's way more expensive than what I'm drinking on Broadway.
So, all right. So, Got It from My Mama has over 1.28 billion streams on TikTok. Is that right?
More now, yeah.
Oh my God. How many are we talking?
I don't know. There's over 100 to 300 people every day that make a video using that song.
How does that feel?
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Every day I'm going into TikTok and you can see on the little screen it says, blah, 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 I made a video with your song. So you can open it up and you see like, oh, what did you use it for? There's usually pictures of somebody with their mom, or they're celebrating a birthday, or somebody's becoming a new mom, or they're getting married and they're using it for a mother-daughter dance.
So earlier you talked about like maybe I should have moved to Nashville earlier. Mm-hmm. I'm a big believer of everything happens in the time it's supposed to happen. You know what I mean?
Sure. I mean, the
believer
more
in that.
bourbon that I drink, I'm starting to think that.
Well, I bring that up because like if you would have made that move to Nashville earlier to pursue music, the question is, would the TikTok fame happen?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I mean, if we were going to go back in time and we were going to like rearrange things, probably a lot of things would be disconnected. We would have never met at Bourbon and Beyond.
True.
And then I would never be sitting here drinking bourbon.
Right? Well, I think you probably would have eventually, if you were in music, you'd have found a way on the show, because you are definitely the type of musician and actress who is going to be on all the cool shows.
The cool shows.
You're gonna find yourself on them. And
Did you hear that in the studio? I want to have like a live audience. Like I want people to be laughing
I feel
and get
like
applause.
I feel like our interaction should have a live audience.
It really should.
I recently saw an Instagram video about you getting all dreamy-eyed over the Brawny paper towel man, and I saw the Brawny paper towel man.
Let me drink more of this before.
And I was just like, you're talking about how he's like a lumberjack and everything. I was like, the Brawny paper towel man looks like some dude who like works out and goes to Nashville for a weekend to try and hook up with one of the bridal shower parties. That ain't no lumberjack. The old guy, the former Brawny paper towel guy, might have been a lumberjack. Now this one is kind of like more of a fake looking cowboy, in my opinion.
I wish like I wish there was somebody in the studio that we could be like, could you actually put up the Brawny paper towel man? We're going to take an audience poll to see how hot everybody thinks that the Brawny paper towel man is.
Well, that is an episode of The Simpsons.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, so Marge Simpson was like in love with the equivalent of the Brawny paper towel man. So Homer ends up creating a whole story about how she won a date with Brawny paper towel man, and he did it just to embarrass her, and it like really broke his wife's heart. But I also was like, why are you trying to date someone who ain't your husband?
Yeah, there's that too.
But I mean, it was the Brawny paper towel man.
It's the Brawny paper towel man.
So I'm like, my wife is wanting to date the Brawny paper towel man. That's when I might want to have a conversation with Brawny paper towel man and see, he looks pretty soft.
Okay. We got some laughter from the audience.
Yeah,
I love that.
I think
that was good.
They forced that.
Yeah, no, they like that. Somebody came by with the applause. Okay, so let's get back to the root of this Brawny paper towel video because we're going to have to settle this score.
Okay, cool.
What I said was on the video, and I'm so glad that you honed in on the Brawny paper towel, which was a 0.3 second clip in my 5-minute video.
It's social media. I mean, what do you want me to do here?
The 3.3 second clip. So I said I'm going to have a lumberjack fall.
That's right. Yeah.
And all I want are the lumberjacks. Lumberjacks in my head, guys that fix things. Sure, they're wearing a flannel and they're walking around town with a pickaxe because why wouldn't you want that? Eliza, am I right? See? Yeah, she's shaking her head.
So you want a guy that can fix things.
Yeah, he can fix things. If my drawer is broken, if my refrigerator is broken, if there's a hole in my roof, he's gonna climb up there and fix it.
Are you okay if he's got like not the same body and his ass crack is showing when he's fixing these things?
We are not looking after like diamond plumbers. We're looking out for the lumberjacks.
Okay.
The Brawny paper towel man.
All right.
Yeah. So the answer is no, I'm not okay. He's gonna have to look like the Brawny paper
He's
towel
going to
man.
have to, all right.
He's gonna be jacked.
All right.
He in his spare time, he cuts firewood. I think I said what he lacks in brains, he makes up for in brawn.
All right.
Right, Eliza? Yeah, see?
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get the laughter on that one.
Well, Brawny paper towel man still
Tough
looks
crowd,
like
tough
looks like
crowd.
a wuss. Okay.
You should invite the Brawny paper towel man to be your next guest.
Well, see, no, because they're going to hire someone who's like, John Cena. Give John Cena a beard or something.
Who's John Cena?
Who's John Cena?
Who's John Cena?
Oh, you know who John Cena is.
Can we get a picture of John Cena up on the screen? I don't know who this is.
Here, I'll pull up an.
John Cena.
Yeah, John
Do you know who
Cena.
John Cena is?
Everyone knows who John Cena is.
Oh. You can't see him? Cena?
That's John Cena.
Oh, nice.
So,
Cool. Okay, yeah, I know who that guy is.
yeah, John Cena is like a former wrestler turned actor.
And what about him?
I'm just saying that, like, if we were to, like, if there's going to be like some kind of contest, like they would bring out a John Cena, beard him up and such.
With a flannel.
Yeah, they'd put him in a flannel.
I would love to see, I would just love a competition where it's like, put a bunch of brawny men, and I want to watch them chop firewood.
Okay, this is sounding very perverted now.
It's not perverted. It's a great idea, right?
I think it's a fantastic idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
I don't want to watch it, but the next one we're going to is
Nice
Michter's Toasted Barrel.
As we cheers.
Cheers. Okay, so if you could form a country supergroup, who give me 2 or 3 artists that you would recruit.
I mean, honestly, I would just clone myself, and then I would make a trio of me. We'd have amazing 3-part harmonies.
Well, that's what they did. That's what they did in White Christmas with Rosemary Clooney.
Oh.
They just dubbed her song over and over again.
Well, this would be different because I would actually be cloning me.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Who would win the arguments, though?
The original me.
How would we know?
Because the other two would be a little younger.
How would we know?
That's a great question.
I'm not an expert in cloning, so.
You know, I'll put like little tags on them.
Like a hog? You know, like you tag a hog in the ear?
Yeah. Yeah, we could do that.
Notch their ears like a hog.
Is this what you think of like women? Like you can just tag them?
You're the one over here cloning, so.
You're the one. I mean, you asked me about
You
a
said
super group.
you said put a tag on them, and you know, it's like.
I was
yeah,
thinking
she
like a
put tags
sticker,
on-
Fred. I wasn't thinking like a.
Well, I was great. I was raised with, you know, livestock. So I'm like, you know, if you're gonna try to manage like who's not me, you gotta, you know, if a sticker, they can pull it off and put it on you. They can't take off a notch in their ear.
No, they sure can't, Fred.
No.
Back to you in the studio.
You don't have anybody you would like to play with?
So if we're asking me really, I would love to play with Keith Urban
Okay.
and
Would you like to see him in a flannel first?
no. Nicole Kidman would kill me.
Okay. I believe that,
Yeah.
actually.
So I'd love Keith Urban and another female. There's so many great ones. Oh, Shania Twain, obviously.
She opened a lot of doors in country music, didn't she?
She sure did. She still does.
She still got it.
I just saw her at the People's Choice Awards. She looked amazing.
Yeah.
We were on a lot of best and worst dress lists together.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're one of worst dress lists?
Oh, I was in like 20.
Oh my.
Yeah, Us Weekly. It was great.
Oh. Did that hurt your feelings?
No, absolutely not. It made me very relevant.
Okay.
Yeah, I loved it. They called me Tinkerbell.
I mean, that's kind of a
It
compliment.
was great.
actually.
They were like telling me that I was a Disney princess. They're like, she looked like Tinkerbell. And I was like, you guys, thank you. This is very sweet. I made a TikTok about that too, but you went straight for the lumberjack one.
I did. Now that you mentioned that, I do recall
The worst dress list?
Yeah, I do recall that.
What I did was we went to the award show, and then afterwards I went back home and I was looking for like pictures on the Getty Images right after, because you know I'm like, where's my pictures? This is so fun. What am I gonna post? And then it was like I looked up Dani Rose, and it was like all these worst dress lists, and I was like, and then I opened it up, and I was like, I'm gonna need some wine for this. So then I poured myself a nice big glass of wine, and I sat in bed, and I still had on my makeup, and I was in my PJs, and I was like, you know, this is a great opportunity to go through and rate each worst dress list that I made, you know, out of 10.
Okay.
So most of them were like 9 out of 10, because it was like, one of them was like Dani Rose, worst. And it was like the sweet singer, or the country music star, has a beautiful voice, but she looked like Tinkerbell on the red carpet. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. And then another one was like, she looks like she's going to a space rodeo. That was pretty fun.
That's a good one. I like that.
It was great. So it comes as no surprise to you that this year for Halloween, I'm actually going to dress up as Tinkerbell.
Oh, thought you were going to talk about space rodeo. I'm like all excited about a space rodeo now.
Oh, you want to go to a space rodeo?
I think that would be awesome.
We could do that.
Yeah.
I call a couple of my alien friends.
Yeah. What are they riding at? What kind of Bronx they got?
What?
So you've got
Back to you in the studio.
back to you in the studio.
Woo! That is very strong.
How did it feel to be included in Yellowstone?
Pretty cool. My 5th song included in Yellowstone. This one's a little different because before it was just me singing, and this time it is a song that I'm featured on with Brent Cobb. We wrote it at Warner. It was a camp. I was there with Miranda Lambert, Brent Cobb, Liz Rose, Jesse Alexander, and we all got in a room, me, Liz, and Jesse and Brent, and we wrote this song, and came to find out it's going to be on the next season of Yellowstone, which is pretty freaking awesome.
It's awesome. Jesse's been on the show before.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah, she and her husband are big whiskey fans.
I'm very lucky to be part of the Yellowstone family. I've also done a lot of events for Taylor Sheridan, so I was just playing at his rodeo, Run for a Million, or it's not really rodeo, it's like a cutting event, and I learned a lot about horses. It was kind of funny. I went there, and I was wearing a wrestler hat, and loved it. It was a really beautiful felt hat. And one of the guys came over and said, we need to put you, from Texas, we need to put you in an American Hatco hat. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I went to the Brazos Bash not too long ago at Taylor's Ranch in Weatherford, Texas. It's right outside of Dallas-Fort Worth.
Yep.
And I walked in, and there was a box waiting for me. It said Dani Rose, and I was like, oh, what is this? It's a big hat box. I opened it up, beautiful black felt hat. Gorgeous.
That's awesome.
So I've been wearing that through the airport. It's kind of funny. This is gonna be my next TikTok, so it might have already come out. We don't know yet. It's like the respect that you get when you put a hat on is like the same respect if you're driving a Bronco or a truck or an SUV on the road. It's like people are like, yo, you know what I mean?
You think people in Broncos and trucks get respect? all the time?
With each other, yeah.
Oh, okay. With each other, they got like a nod.
Yeah, there's a nod.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I want to get in the left lane. They're going to let me in.
For a lot of the sedan drivers out there, like, why is this motherfucker taking up 5 parking spots? What bothers me about a lot of truck drivers is like, I know your ass ain't using that truck. You know, you're just doing it because you want to look like you're a truck guy. But you don't actually use it. And I'm like, if you're going to have a truck, you need to be hauling something or be putting something in the back. It needs to be dirty. I don't want to see a clean truck.
Well, the Brawny man is going to have trees in the back of his truck.
I would agree with a real Brawny man.
A real Brawny man.
A real Brawny man
Yeah.
would have some trees. Maybe a deer.
In the back of a truck? Okay.
Yeah, after he was cutting trees, you know what, saw a deer, was hungry, and what the hell, you know, he's got a bow and arrow right there, or, you know, a 243, and just, you know, took care of the deer.
This is a great storyline. We should really get you on the storyboarding for the Brawny man.
They won't hire me.
No, if you want to make a new series, it'll be great.
I mean,
it can be animated or live action.
I just don't see it happening. I don't think Brawny Man will like the cut of my jib.
Oh, no, he'll love it. He'll enjoy, you know, the water spilling all day.
So, knowing that you lived in Japan for a little bit, I
Okay.
brought you some whiskey from Japan.
Wow.
So this is a rare bottle that you can find at a place where I get a lot of my rare stuff called Baxis. You can find this in like rare scotches and rare bourbons and what have you. And I haven't had this in a while, but this is an old vintage Japanese whiskey.
That's cool. It's
Cheers.
this one. Cheers. Kanpai.
Come by.
Sorry, I'm supposed to smell it first.
Remember your training.
It smells smoky, right?
It's different than what we've been having. So
Yeah.
this would be a malt.
It's a little different.
It's very light in comparison.
Very light.
Very light. I mean, we've been coming off of some big oaky ones.
You know how you say delicious in Japanese?
No.
Oishi.
Oishi?
Oishi. Good job. Do you want to know how to say McDonald's?
McDonald's.
Makudonoro.
That's a lot.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Say it again.
Makudonoro.
Macadona.
No, we're going to give you another try.
All right.
Makudonoro.
Macadona.
You failed.
Dang.
Sorry.
Didn't say I was good at school.
We'll try it in a couple more bourbons.
All right, you
You'll
got
be
it.
better.
Is there anything that about fame, you know, being in those lists that you have felt surprised you, or were you pretty well ready for the famous part?
Well, getting on the worst dressed list, I don't know if it was really like a fame thing. I think it was just more about the outfit fit their narrative for Halloween. But I loved being called Tinkerbell and
Yeah.
all of the really nice things that they said about me.
I will say you are on the famous birthday list.
Oh, great. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but cool.
Like, you know, whenever we have a guest on the show, we go through those little famous lists, and you're definitely considered famous. So.
Oh, cool. That's
know.
awesome.
And I also know your birthday because of the.
Did you look at my sign?
Yeah, Gemini.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
he pays attention. Round of applause from the audience. We love this. I'm a Leo rising. That's why my hair's so big.
Oh. okay.
Lion, you know.
I'm a Leo.
Oh, you're a Leo. Oh,
I'm a
yeah.
Leo.
I could have. Yeah. I get along with Leos a lot.
Really?
My manager's a Leo.
Oh, nice.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. I don't follow that stuff. Like I can't. I can't follow anything that requires me to pay attention to it.
Well,
every
because
day.
you're a Leo. You know, you're the king
Oh.
of the pack. Like
I guess
you don't
that's fair.
have time to pay attention. You're too busy leading.
I don't know if you consider what I do leading.
We are sitting right here drinking your bourbon. You are leading me down the path of death and destruction.
That's fair. I'll say that's fair, especially with what's coming up.
Oh God.
Yeah, I got a surprise for you. So.
Cue the sound clips of like. "Brr."
Yeah. So this next one, this was my 2018 Whiskey of the Year. This is Barrell
Okay.
Bourbon. It's a 15-year-old, and this won my top 100 blind tasting in 2018. And I haven't had a sip of this in at least 2 or 3 years. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, come by.
Come by. Oh yeah, just keeps on burning. Burn, baby, burn. I'm so glad I'm not doing a show tonight. Could you imagine? It would be quite a show.
Well, you told me you had an audition, and I was like, oh shit, she's got an audition after being on the set with me. I was like, starting to get all nervous, and they're like, oh no, it's beforehand.
Oh yeah, it's before. They
So-
were really pushing to just get me in this morning because they wanted to see what I would do in the character. Because it's so funny, the character's actually, I mean, hopefully by now when it comes out, I'll already filmed it and gotten it. But it's very much a role where, ooh, it's still burning. Feel that? I can tell. It's a role where I'm a singer-songwriter and I'm
Right.
touring throughout different cities. So pretty much me. It was very
Nice.
easy. It was an easy audition.
That sounds like a role made for you.
It was fun, yeah. The casting director said that I manifested it. Because
That's
I
awesome.
literally sat down and had quiche with her, and I was like, so here's what I want. Because I'm very often vocal about the things that I want, and I'm like, it's going to have to happen. It'll come to me someday. I was like, I want a role on this show, a singer-songwriter, but not just a cameo. I want like 8 to 10 episodes. I want something. And she's like, okay, that's going to come. That was literally a month ago.
That's incredible.
Lo and behold, she's like, did you just manifest this? Because this is you. I was like, I did. Thanks.
Since you are so goal-oriented and you know what you want, do you already know what like your biggest dream is of your career?
I mean, the big goals for me, like a process of like, I want to be touring all the time. I'm already touring in a much smaller capacity, but like literally I want to be touring all the time. Like that's a manifested goal.
Yeah.
I want to go out with Shania. I want to do a collab with her, a duet. I want to go out with Keith. Like, I want those things to happen. Brothers Osborne, they're so awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I want to jam with them. I want to be writing music, be doing duets. I want to win a Grammy. I want to win 3 Grammys. I want to write songs that touch people and move people and help people. And these are all the things that are going to have to be accomplished, like, right now.
I can see the urgency in you. Like, you're like, you want it now. And also, the thing about, though, a lot of musicians is that they will put it out there and they want that, but they want it to come to them. I mean, I saw you backstage talking to talent buyers about putting you on the stage for shows coming up, and I've never seen that in my life.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not like that. Like I've been around music since 2016. When I started doing some work at a festival called Forecastle, and then I worked with Danny Wimmer Presents to create Bourbon and Beyond, and I helped out with some of his other festivals. So I've been around music for going on a decade now, and I've been around a lot of musicians at all calibers, and I have never in my career seen a musician talk to a talent buyer the way you did. It was professional, courteous, conversational, but there was no arrogance there. There's no like, yeah, I mean, I'm so good, so awesome. My fans are so great.
The wind's blowing in your hair. There's literally a Beyonce
Yeah.
fan on you.
You basically were like, I'd look good on that stage and I'd sound good,
I mean, after I watched you coach your kids through a whole wrestling match, like, I was ready to go, Fred. You really, you got me there. I was
That's awesome.
cool, calm, and collected because I was like, oh, I just watched a really, intense wrestling match while Teddy Swims walked by me. I am humbled. I'm good to go. Let's go.
Well, I tell you that because I think whatever you want, I think you're going to get it because you're going to work your ass off to get there. And you've got the talent to back it up.
Thanks, Fred.
Yeah, you have
Appreciate it.
an amazing voice, incredible personality, but the work ethic is the one thing, you can't
You got to work for it.
fake it.
I mean, performing for me is my addiction. Like, I love to be on stage.
Yeah.
There's nothing more that I want to do than just be on stage and performing, and the way that I can light some people up or make them cry or make them feel. It's really just all about making them feel things.
Right.
And that's so fun. Being able to connect with an audience, a live audience, there's no other feeling like it in the world.
Well, I have something that I want you to taste. You may not want to taste it before you go on stage next. And you're confirmed, like you're not doing any shows tonight.
I'm going to a party after this,
Okay.
so I'm pre-gaming.
Well,
I'm good.
this may end the pre-gaming after.
I'm going to sleep.
I want to see what you think of it. I'm not going to tell you what it is
Okay.
until it's time.
I'm smelling it. Let the jury see. I'm smelling it. Everyone's ready for me to pass out. Okay, here we go. Oh my God. The audience should all have some of this. That's amazing. My entire mouth is on fire. My esophagus is on fire. I have no more taste buds. They have been burned off. Wow. What is this?
This is a 28-year-old Canadian whiskey that is 162 proof.
162 proof?
Yeah.
You guys are gonna carry me out, right? You knew that I'm 5'1.5".
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
I thought
All
you
right.
were 5'2", though.
Oh, I have 5'6" energy. So
Yeah.
I'm actually offended at that answer, but that's okay. Thank you for that. Wow. Okay, how much of this then would a normal person consume and like they couldn't drive?
So there's a couple things about this one. All right, so this is...
One, it's illegal.
uh,
Two,
it is illegal to take on a plane.
okay.
It's actually hazmat. So, you know, when you see that code on the side of a truck that says hazmat, this is hazmat.
Oh, so am I drinking like lighter fluid? Essentially?
A little tastier than lighter fluid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, got it.
You're actually going to have some some flavors from the barrel, whereas the lighter fluid is mostly just lighter fluid.
I did it again.
Yes, you did.
Woo! Okay, yeah. How's the audience liking this? A couple of people are actually dead.
Oh,
Cool.
They can't.
Great.
They can't wait to taste it.
Yeah.
But this is one of those bottles that you can find at that place Baxis I was telling you about. But it's
You get $25 off your first purchase if
your
they
first
use the code
purchase.
Fred,
Yeah,
right?
Fred 25.
Yeah, Fred 25.
Yeah, I don't know when this comes out if there'll be any left, because people who follow this show like high proof stuff, and 162 proof is like crack for them.
This is amazing. Like this is like the stuff, like when I went to Virginia Tech, like I went to some frat parties, like the agricultural frat.
The AGR?
AGR.
Yeah.
Were you an AGR?
No, I was a Delta Chi.
We love Delta Chi.
Yeah.
Went to a lot of your Jello parties. I was in Delta Zeta, and
Okay.
we had some Delta Zeta sweethearts, some Delta Chi sweethearts.
Nice.
Was that what the girls were called? Delta Chi, whatever.
Yeah, it was Sweethearts.
Sweethearts. And there was a party, like a Stone Age party or something like that. And all the girls decided they were going to go in like these leopard print bikinis, which makes sense for college. And I was like, I'm going to go as like a woolly mammoth. And Ice Age party. I was like, I'm going to go as a woolly mammoth. And then my little sister in my sorority, she was like, and I'm going to go as a glacier. So we show up with all these girls like half naked, and I have full fur all over me. And then she's a big box, and she's throwing ice out of a hole in the box. And we like show up to the door, and two of the frat guys go, wrong party. And I was like, we're in Delta Zeta, let us in. And he's like, oh, y'all don't look like you're in Delta Zeta. That's pretty much like every party I went to when I was in DC.
You were always hamming it up.
Always.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for hamming it up on my little old show.
Thank you for having me and
Yeah.
tasting all of these amazing bourbons, especially this one. And thanks for breaking out the Japanese one.
Yeah.
That was really
Did
cool.
you have a favorite?
You know, I really liked the second one. It was very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like this one, seeing as I can't taste anything else anymore. Because it completely burned off all
yeah.
of my taste buds.
Well, the good news is
If I'm a little sick, this is just going to take care of it.
it's a starter for the party later.
I don't think I'm going to make it to the party, actually,
Ah,
Fred.
you'll be
You know,
fine.
as time goes on, I think I'm just going to take a nap and I'm going to sleep on until tomorrow morning.
Wake up as a woolly mammoth.
Or as a lumberjack.
There we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
If you all want to taste any of the stuff we've been having, head on over to Baxis and use Fred25, $25 off your first purchase. And remember, vodka sucks. Cheers.